Loud sirens unnerved residents in Laguna Beach, California, with some residents fearing they were getting nuked. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Shalom to 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padaf from the Gmail Denver Camp. Coming to you another lesson in response to what you see right here. All right. So for some reason, I guess these sirens were going off over there in Laguna Beach, and a bunch of these Edomites began to panic. All right, in fear of an incoming attack. Well, we're here to tell you, according to the scriptures, that that's exactly what's going to happen in the near future. All right. As you know, we're in World War III, the beginning stages of it. All right. And it's going to turn nuclear at some point, and America, Babylon the Great, will be hit with thermonuclear missiles, burning it to a crisp. But let's get a quick precept before we continue on. All right. So this precept right here comes to mind. Check it out. The book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. What is that talking about? That's talking about the day in which those missiles are detonated upon America, Babylon the Great. All right, that day is coming. It says, behold, the day cometh. All right, that shall burn as an oven. That's talking about those thermonuclear missiles being detonated and heating up the atmosphere and melting the elements, man. The entire country is going to be destroyed, man. This is what we're here to tell you. All right, so that day is coming. But I want to go back to that video real quick. There's a video that came with that article, so check this out. All right, so let's check it out real quick. Okay. Look at Esau, man, panicking. Or at least startled. Check it out.
I think SoCal might be in some danger. I'm at my house in Laguna Beach right now, and there's full-on emergency, bomb warnings going off. What the Bro, I feel like we're in a futuristic movie, because you can't see speakers anywhere, and the whole city has this whole alarm system going off. All right, this is, I think, all of our signs that we might be in a worse place than we think right now, just in terms of war and everything. I genuinely thought we were getting nuked.
Bro, I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games.
That was weird. Where are these speakers even coming from?
I know, that's what I'm wondering.
Emergency siren warning system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would receive additional instructions to evacuate or specific information about the emergency. This is a test of the City of Laguna Beach emergency siren warning system. Had this been an actual emergency, you would receive additional instructions to evacuate or specific information about the emergency. This is only a test.
This is some weird shit.
So yeah, you saw it, man. All right, and that's just a precursor to what's actually coming. All right, except when the emergency actually happens, there's not going to be any running for shelter, man. Even those who are in the military, there are certain deep underground military bunkers that are here, But even those are going to be destroyed by the thermonuclear destruction that's coming. All right. So they're preparing, man, you know, for it to actually happen. But there's not going to be any way that you can avoid it, man. All right. There's no shelter to get to when those nukes are detonating on America, Babylon the Great. Let's get a few more precepts. I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you can hear me. All right, here we have another nuke scripture, all right, as we call them, the missile scriptures. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." So what is that talking about, man? An average person wouldn't be able to tell you what this is talking about. But here at Great Millstone, we're here to tell you that this is talking about those nuclear missiles being shot off. Those are the arrows, all right? And it's actually a military term for a nuclear missile, man. All right? You see? And the thing is that, look, man, can't no regular bow and arrow be shot from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. This is specifically talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles being launched, man. All right, and that's exactly what's going to happen as World War III begins to, you know, escalate. You're going to see more nuclear talks. It's happening now, but at some point in time, it's going to be, you know, an action taken, man, to where they launch these missiles, man. All the nations that have nuclear capabilities are going to launch their missiles, mainly here, you know, in America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. So that's what it's talking about right here. And I got one more. I gotta head out. I got two more. I'm gonna get this one real quick. This is Zechariah 14 verse 12, heavy hitter, right? It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem." It's talking about the Israelites, the actual Israelites, the 12 tribes. All right. "Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." What is that talking about? Who are the people that are fighting against the Israelites, man? The main one being who? Esau, man. This is talking about their punishment and those that are joined unto them. You see? "Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet." That's talking about their heat destroying their bodies, man. Because when those missiles detonate, look, man, it vaporizes everything in its sight. And you could be miles away from an actual detonation and still feel that heat, man, and have your skin burn and melt off, your eyes melting in their sockets. Got to bring this one out real quick. The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10 talks about this as well. "But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, will come as a thief in the night." All right, it's going to be suddenly, "in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise." That's the detonation of those missiles, man. Multiple nuclear missiles detonating. All right. "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Now, it's not talking about the entire earth. It's talking about a certain portion of the earth that's going to be burned up. And we know that to be America, Babylon the Great, which is going to be left without an inhabitant, as it, you know, as it says in the scriptures, man. All right. The whole world ain't going to blow up like the Death Star. You see, so don't get that twisted. But the elements are going to melt with fervent heat. And it's going to be a great noise. It's talking about the detonation of those thermonuclear missiles that are going to be shot in the midst of World War III. All right? They're going to be used, man. They're created for a reason, to carry out the Lord's judgment. You understand? So that day is coming, as is prophesied. And the only way that we're going to be able to be saved out of that, those that are down here serving the Lord, man, is if we're of the elect, you know, the Lord's chosen, and we're going to be taken up into the chariot, man, the so-called UFO that Yahweh Shai is coming back on. It tells you about that in Matthew 24, how the angels are going to gather the elect from the four winds of the earth to be joined unto Yahweh Shai when he returns in the midst of the thermonuclear destruction. That's how it's going to play out. All right. But also understand that the nukes ain't going to be shot until the mark of the beast is made mandatory, which is the, you know, the RFID microchip. So don't get that twisted either. Ain't gonna be no nuclear destruction until that takes place, and we're looking for that to happen very soon. You know, as we see this economy collapsing in the midst of this whole Iran conflict. So that's the next major thing we're looking forward to, is those RFID microchips being pushed on the people. All right, because after that happens, then we can expect the nukes to drop in Yahweh Shai and the angels to be overhead, man. But let's go to the next verse. I want to read the next one. Actually, it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, because all this shit that we see around us every day is going to be burned up, man. What manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And we go to that word conversation, it means manner of life. You should be patterning your life to the ways that are pleasing unto Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, because he's your only means of salvation. If you're out here moving in rebellion, all right, you're going to be left down here to be melted with the rest of these people. And that's something that we don't want, all right? Those that are sincerely seeking the Lord, man, seeking repentance and hoping for mercy, all right? So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. I gotta head out, man. You know, I'm at the plantation and whatnot. You know, but the thing is that this day is gonna come, all right, as it is prophesied. And this could be a test of the emergency alerts for whatever false flag or black swan event Esau's orchestrating. Because as we know, he's known for doing that, man. He wants to cause chaos and panic to ensue. So that we could be looking at a black swan event taking place in the U.S. to cause people to panic, and they're getting it, you know, ready. So that could be another aspect of this video in this article right here as well. All right, chaos and panic is coming to the U.S., man, but those nukes ain't gonna drop until the mark of the beast is made mandatory, man. So just want to show you this, man. All right, you people should be afraid though, man. All right, because a certain death is coming your way if you're not of the Lord's elect. So I'm in this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. A Kwam Yasharala and the Bible Bar. Shalom to the elect.